Blind, Corporal. Gas wouldn't do that. It irritates the eyes, swells the lids. Once we have these bandages off, you will see as well as ever.
How long will it take to get back to the front?
Don't think about that. Think of the future. You've got a wife, a fiancée.
Time. I have to get back. I have to get back to the front.
A message, Head Office.
Gentlemen, may I have your attention? I have an important announcement to make. Earlier today, the Army High Command agreed to negotiate the terms of surrender. The war is over. No! We must place ourselves now at the mercy of the victors. Shut up! Pray they will be generous. No!
The end. It's the beginning.
Officially, the Reds are gone. The Army needs to make sure they stay gone. It's my job as head of Army information to prevent the sort of civil unrest that happened last spring from happening again. I gather you're very outspoken in your nationalist leanings.
I believe in Germany, sir.
Good. There are nearly 50 political factions in this city at the moment. And I use informants to identify the more aggressive ones. Does this interest you?
Informing, sir?
One of these groups is the German Workers' Party, led by a man called Anton Drexler. They gather in the back room of the beer hall. Just an excuse to have a drink, I expect, but pay them a visit and tell me what they're planning.
But don't drink, sir.
Just listen then.
But interest equals slavery. The Berlin-centered economy, which is currently collapsing, leaves us no other choice than to declare Bavarian independence.
Wait, 2 more beers. Right away.
The state of Bavaria must separate from the rest of Germany and form its own nation.
Insane.
Of course, we are a different society. We are predominantly Catholic. They are not.
We're all German.
Culturally, perhaps, there are similarities. But even then...
What about Parsifal? Lohengrin?
Young man, I'm talking about reality, not fairy tales.
We're talking about the purity of the German people, which is no fairy tale.
As I was saying, interest...
Find out who he is.
What's this?
It's my report from the German Workers' Party, sir.
I only asked for a few words.
They've asked me if I'd like to join. I haven't accepted yet.
Should we be concerned about them? That's all I need to know.
Well, it's club life of the lowest form, sir. But I like the underlying politics.
The nationalist agenda must include elimination of the Jews. What's this have to do with your report?
Just some thoughts of my own I added. You disagree?
It's just not feasible.
Oh, it's very feasible, sir. Just drive them out. Deport them if necessary. Can you imagine a world without them? How pure, how holy. Do you think there are any Jews in Valhalla?
Do you have my papers, Meyer?
Yes, Captain Rudd. I should like to introduce you to Corporal Hitler, sir. He's one of our informants.
If you'll excuse us, Corporal.
He's an odd one, isn't he?
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker for this evening. Many of you may remember him by his comments at our last meeting. So please welcome Herr Adolf Hitler.
When I was a boy, I heard the story.
Louder.
I heard the story of the Holy Grail. And how it could only be found by one who was pure of heart. Indeed, we have a history of purity in this country. But we have fallen on hard times. Our military is in tatters. Our economy collapsing. But it's not poverty or weakness that's our problem. It's indifference. Is anyone listening? That's the problem nowadays, isn't it? No one cares. No wonder we face extinction. Pride. Pride is a weapon. A sword to be used against our enemies. But don't be deceived. They are strong. Stronger than we are. And it's not the French or the English I'm talking about. Our enemies live among us. Socialists, communists, the foreign invaders who come to our country to destroy us and take over our lives.
In the 6 months since the fall of the communist government, the new German democracy has given birth to dozens of political factions, but none is growing more rapidly than the German Workers' Party, newly dubbed the Party of the National Socialists, whose fiery speaker, Adolf Hitler, preaches against the influence of foreign invaders.
Who alone are responsible for the moral decadence that now riddles our society? The Jews! The Jews! Yes! Who call themselves German, but who are now, and who have always been, unwelcome, unwanted, and they are everywhere! Invading our government, stripping us of our savings, raping our families and our heritage. I tell you, friends, this is war. A war that is soon to turn, where the invaders will become the victims.